Hey guys, here are the most developed top 5 African cities. If you have been looking for the best city to visit in Africa, just relax, because we have got it all covered with this video. Starting from the bottom, here are the most developed cities in Africa, just watch until the end. Number 5, Nairobi, is the capital, and largest city of Kenya. The name is derived from the Maasai phrase, Enkare Nairobi, which translates to place of cool waters, a reference to the Nairobi River which flows through the city. The city had a population of 4,397,073, in the 2019 census. The city is commonly referred to as the Green City in the Sun. Nairobi was founded in 1899 as a rail depot on the Uganda-Kenya Railway. It was favored by the authorities as an ideal resting place due to its high elevation, temperate climate, and adequate water supply. The town quickly grew to replace Mombasa as the capital of Kenya in 1907. After independence in 1963, Nairobi became the capital of the Republic of Kenya. The city lies in the south-central part of Kenya, at an elevation of 1,795 meters. Nairobi is home of the Kenyan Parliament buildings, and hosts thousands of Kenyan businesses, and key international companies, and organizations, including the United Nations Environment Programme, and the United Nations Office at Nairobi, UNON. Nairobi is an established hub for business, and culture. It also contains the Nairobi National Park. Nairobi joined the UNESCO Global Network of Learning Cities in 2010. Nairobi is home to the Nairobi Securities Exchange, NSE, one of Africa's largest stock exchanges. The NSE was officially recognized as an overseas stock exchange by the London Stock Exchange in 1953. The exchange is Africa's fourth largest in terms of trading volumes, and fifth largest in terms of market capitalization as a percentage of GDP. Nairobi is the regional headquarters of several international companies and organizations. In 2007, General Electric, Young & Rubicam, Google, Coca-Cola, IBM Services, and Cisco Systems relocated their African headquarters to the city. The United Nations office at Nairobi hosts the UN Environment and Habitat headquarters. Several of Africa's largest companies are headquartered in Nairobi. Safaricom, the largest company in Kenya by assets and profitability, is headquartered in Nairobi. KenGen, which is the largest African stock outside South Africa, is based in the city. Kenya Airways, Africa's fourth largest airline, uses Nairobi's Jomo Kenyatta International Airport as a hub. Goods manufactured in Nairobi include clothing, textiles, building materials, processed foods, beverages, and cigarettes. Several foreign companies have factories based in and around the city. These include Goodyear, General Motors, Toyota Motors, and Coca-Cola. Nairobi has a large tourist industry, being both a tourist destination and a transport hub. Nairobi is home to most of Kenya's news and media organizations. The city is also home to the region's largest newspapers, the Daily Nation and the Standard. These are circulated within Kenya and cover a range of domestic and regional issues. Both newspapers are published in English. People Daily is also the leading free newspaper distributed on the streets of Nairobi. It is published by MediaMax Limited. Kenya Broadcasting Corporation, a state-run television and radio station, is headquartered in the city. Kenya Television Network is part of the Standard Group, and was Kenya's first privately owned TV station. The Nation Media Group runs NTV, which is based in Nairobi. There are also a number of prominent radio stations located in Kenya's capital, including Citizen Radio, Anoro FM, Kiss 100, Capital FM, East FM, Kameme FM, Metro FM, and Family FM, among others. Several multinational media organizations have their regional headquarters in Nairobi. These include the BBC, CNN, Agence France Presse, Reuters, Deutsche Welle, and the Associated Press. The East African Bureau of CNBC Africa is located in Nairobi's city center, while the Nairobi Bureau of the New York Times is located in the suburb of Gigiri. The broadcast headquarters of CCTV Africa are located in Nairobi. Number 4. Lagos. Lagos is the most populous city in Nigeria, with an estimated population of 21 million in 2015, and is the most populous urban area in Africa. Lagos was the national capital of Nigeria until December 1991, following the government's decision to move their capital to Abuja, in the center of the country. Lagos is a major African financial center, and is the economic hub of Lagos State, and Nigeria at large. The city has a significant influence on commerce, entertainment, technology, education, politics, tourism, art, and fashion in Africa. Lagos is also among the top 10 of the world's fastest growing cities and urban areas. The megacity has the fourth highest GDP in Africa and houses one of the largest and busiest seaports on the continent. Due to the large urban population and port traffic volumes, Lagos is classified as a medium port megacity. The city of Lagos is a major economic focal point in Nigeria, generating around 10% of the country's GDP. Most commercial and financial business is carried out in the Central Business District, situated on the island. This is also where most of the country's commercial banks, financial institutions, and major corporations are headquartered. Lagos is also the major information communications and telecommunications (ICT) hub of West Africa. Lagos is developing a 24-hour economy. The globalization of Lagos economy is rated beta- by the GAWC. This is equivalent to Manchester or Edinburgh in the UK. Lagos is thus the most globalized city in the West and Central Africa. Lagos is home to more tech centers than any other city in Africa. Lagos is a major financial and banking center. The four largest banks in the West and Central Africa are headquartered in Lagos. Zenith Bank, Access Bank, Guarantee Trust Bank, and First Bank have capital of more than $2 billion United States dollars each. Banking headquarters are located on Victoria Island and Lagos Island. The insurance industry in Nigeria is comparatively modestly developed, with an industry turnover of around $1 billion United States dollars per year. As with the banks, the headquarters of the insurance companies are predominantly located in Lagos. Lagos is the center of the West African film, music, and TV industries. In Nigeria, newspapers are available in digital format and are predominantly produced in Lagos. The most widely read newspaper in Lagos, by its own account, is Punch. The Vanguard newspaper is one of the few dailies that is not only available online but also in print. Other publications include The Guardian, The Nation, The Sun, and the Nigerian Tribune. The most watched television station in Lagos and in Nigeria is the 24-hour news channel. The same can be said of Arise TV and the state broadcaster NTA. There are 7 tech startups in Africa that are said to have unicorn status, worth over €1 billion. 5 of them are based in Lagos. Lagos is home to more tech hubs than any other city in Africa. With more than 90 million internet users, Lagos is attracting investors who want to capitalize on this expanding technology hotspot. Startupgrand.com refers to Lagos as Africa's Silicon Valley. Bloomberg highlights Nigeria's chaotic rise as the tech heart of Africa, and means Lagos, specifically the Yaba district. Lagos is the only African city to have both a Google and a Microsoft office. MTN maintains the first, and still predominant, 4G network in Nigeria. Airtel is another 4G provider. 9mobile and Dataflex are internet providers. Paystack is used by Nigerians who regularly receive payments from abroad, and allows hotel bookings to be made throughout Africa. For decades, there was no oil processing industry in Nigeria, apart from illegal refineries in the Niger Delta, which are very polluting, due to the lack of cracking. Nigeria therefore had to have the end products of domestic crude oil such as fuels, bitumen, paraffin, motor oil, polypropylene, etc. produced in US or European refineries, with transport costs over thousands of nautical miles, and margins for middlemen. The oil refinery in Lekki went into operation in December 2023, and is expected to process 650,000 barrels of oil per day, when fully operational, making it the 7th largest oil refinery in the world. Nigeria hosts about 60% of the pharmaceutical production capacity in Africa. The larger pharmaceutical companies in Nigeria are located in the north of Lagos. Nord Automobiles Limited has 2 assembly plants in Lagos. The company manufactures its own plastic parts, and plans to take on steel pressing in the future. The company offers 8 different models. As health goes, Lagos has many hospitals and medical facilities. The oldest Nigerian hospital is located in the city, as well as West Africa's first air-operated emergency medical service, which commenced in the city. The Lagos healthcare system is divided into public and private sectors that provide medical services at the primary, secondary, and tertiary levels. Lagos has one of the largest and most extensive road networks in West Africa. It also has suburban trains and some ferry services. Lagos is also linked by many highways and bridges. Number 3. Addis Ababa is the capital and largest city of Ethiopia. In the 2007 census, the city's population was estimated to be 2,739,551 inhabitants. Addis Ababa is a highly developed and important cultural, artistic, financial, and administrative center of Ethiopia. The founding history of Addis Ababa dates back to the late 19th century by Menelik II, Negus of Shewa, in 1886. At the time, the city was a resort town. Its large mineral spring abundance attracted nobilities of the empire and led them to establish permanent settlement. Urban development began with the 20th century, without any prior planning. The city lies a few kilometers west of the East African Rift Valley. The city is surrounded by the special zone of Oromia, and is populated by people from different regions of Ethiopia. The city has a high Human Development Index, and is known for its vibrant culture, strong fashion scene, high civic and political involvement of younger people. The infrastructure and towering buildings of Addis Ababa complement the city as its status as the capital and largest city of Ethiopia. It is the home of amazing people with lots of activities to get you busy, like the National Museum of Ethiopia, Mount Entoto, Lion Park, and others. Addis Ababa cementing its status as a developed city in Africa as the headquarters of the African Union. The city is also referred to as the political capital of Africa, for its historical, diplomatic, and political significance for the continent. Number 2. Dar es Salaam is the largest city and financial hub of Tanzania. It is also the capital of the Dar es Salaam region. With a population of over 5 million people, Dar es Salaam is the largest city in East Africa, and the 6th largest in Africa, located on the Swahili coast. Dar es Salaam is an important economic center, and one of the fastest growing cities in the world. The town was founded by Majid bin Said, the first Sultan of Zanzibar, in 1865 or 1866. The decision was made in 1974 to move the capital to Dodoma, which was officially completed in 1996. Dar es Salaam is Tanzania's most prominent city for arts, fashion, media, film, television. Number 1. Abidjan is the largest city and the former capital of the Ivory Coast. As of the 2021 census, Abidjan's population was 6.3 million, which is 21.5% of the overall population of the country, making it the 6th most populous city proper in Africa, after Lagos, Cairo, Kinshasa, Dar es Salaam, and Johannesburg. Abidjan is characterized by a high level of industrialization and urbanization. It is also the most populous Diola-speaking and French-speaking city in Africa, Kinshasa being mainly Lingala-speaking. The city expanded quickly after the construction of a new wharf in 1931, followed by its designation as the capital city of the then French colony in 1933. The completion of the Verdi Canal in 1951 enabled Abidjan to become an important seaport. Abidjan remained the capital of the Ivory Coast after its independence from France in 1960. In 1983, the city of Yamoussoukro was designated as the official political capital of Ivory Coast. However, Abidjan has officially been designated as the economic capital of the country, because it is the largest city in the country, and the center of its economic activity. Many political institutions and all foreign embassies continue to be located in Abidjan as well. The Abidjan Autonomous District, which encompasses the city, and some of its suburbs. Government institutions are still located in Abidjan, and have not been transferred to the political capital, Yamoussoukro. The President's office is in Cocody, and the Parliament, the Constitutional Council, the Supreme Court, and the Chancellery of the National Order, are all in Le Plateau. There is only one public state-owned channel, RTI, which is also in charge of radio. The National Council for Audiovisual Communication, CNCA, is the regulating authority of audiovisual material in Côte d'Ivoire. Radiodiffusion Télévision Ivoirienne, RTI, is the radio and television broadcasting authority for Côte d'Ivoire. It is financed by license fees, publicity, and grants. RTI has 4 television channels and 2 radio stations, TV2, RTI Music TV, RTI Sport TV, Radio Côte d'Ivoire, and Fréquence 2, non-specialized radio. Radio Jam is a private radio station in Côte d'Ivoire, and is most listened to by young people. With regards to private channels, Tam Tam TV will be the first international Côte d'Ivoire television channel, with headquarters in Abidjan, with other studios in the United States, Italy, France, Asia, the Middle East. There are also several Côte d'Ivoire TV channels, or radio stations available on the internet. Africahit, Music TV, Abidjan.net TV, Bengu Show, among others.